Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I hope everyone's doing well. And today I am going to show you a piece of gear, or we're going to review another piece of gear that you may be interested in, that you'll be able to use in the dark. And one of the pieces of gear I use when I'm off-roading or dispersed camping or in the dark or even at the homestead in low light conditions or no light conditions is a good headlight or flashlight. But today we are going to be talking about headlights or headlamps. And when I'm outdoors, some of the lights I use are like these right here. These are little clip-ons. You can clip them on your hat, your visors, your clothes, your backpack straps, but you are limited to where these can swivel to because of the one-way clip. Another option I use is these right here. These are headlamps that you can use, and these are very, very handy in the dark or when you're camping, because pretty much I like something that's going to be hands-free, and we can turn it on. They also have, some of them do have different colors. Red, green, there's a wide variety of lights out there, but I like using a headlamp, especially when I need to use both my hands, because hands-free operation is very important. And the thing with headlamps is it will shine in the direction that you will look, not like a flashlight. You have to move. You automatically see in that direction or what you're doing with the movement of your head. Now, I get a lot of requests to do reviews, and I make sure that I research the product before I even agree to the collaboration, because I don't want to put something on here on my channel that's not going to be worthwhile as far as for you, and it's going to fail and it's going to be cheaply made. I try to get stuff that is going to be best for you, the viewers, and also save money. And some headlights or headlamps can range in the price of $100 plus, and it depends on what your applications that are you going to use for. Now, if you're climbing Mount Everest, $100 headlight will probably be better for you for that application. But for many of us that we're camping on the weekends, we're working around the house. So today I'm going to be talking about this right here. This is the headlamp from Hokulite, Hokulite, and you can find them at hokulite.com or on Amazon. And let me tell you, the headlamp that I'm going to be showing you is a pretty cool lamp that goes around on your head. Well, let me take off my hat. Just like that. And this is not a very expensive headlamp. It is only $25, and it's pretty durable. So when I looked at it and did the research, I found out that the price to the quality, or the price to this, it was pretty comparable. So I said, yes, let's go ahead and do it. That way I can show all of you that having a good headlamp doesn't have to be expensive. Now, this is the 1934 Rechargeable Motion Sensor Headlight from Hokulite, Hokulite, right there. And this thing is fairly inexpensive. It's only $25, but for what I saw and review and tested, it's a great buy just to keep in your vehicle, keep in your bag, you know, get two if you can, and just having it around when you need a good light and not worry about you destroying it. So what impressed me the most when I put on this headlamp is, one, the comfortability of it. It doesn't interfere with anything. It doesn't feel like it's pushing on your forehead. It's not digging in, and it's very comfortable. And it's got a rubber, it's made with rubber, and it has a cloth kind of grippy background, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. But it also, not only is 1200 lumens, but it puts out 210 degrees of coverage. Now, it's a wide beam, and this focus spotlight also gives a great for versatile illumination. So this is a rechargeable headlamp. It provides 2.5 to 8 hours of runtime depending on your mode. 8 hours is quite a bit, and you know, this has fast USB-C charging. You know, it's very comfortable when you're wearing it, and it does have an adjustable headband, so you know, depending the size of your noggin, it'll fit almost everyone. And this thing will last, like I said, 2.5 to 8 hours of runtime, depending on the mode and brightness setting level. It is a USB-C, so right here on the side, all you have to do is open this cover, and right there, and it is a USB-C. So let's cover the first mode. Right here, 1200 lumens. That thing is bright enough to light up an area, like I said, 210 degrees of coverage. And anytime you leave the light on for an extended period of time and you hit that button again, it'll shut off. So basically, to go through the modes, you have to go from the high to the low. And of course, like I said, this is about 600 lumens, still pretty bright. You can still see, which is perfect if you're, you know, trying to conserve battery life. And then if you hit it again, it goes off. Now let's go to the side light. So right here, 1200 lumens on the side light, spotlight, I should say. As you can see, it's got a round spotlight right there where you can focus on. And then if you hit it again, it goes off. So if you want the low light on the side, you have to cycle through the whole thing again, just like that. And that is the low light. You have your strobe mode. I mean, you can dance to this thing at the club, I guess. When it's on the strobe mode, you've got, man, I hope you guys are not having an epileptic seizure. But the strobe mode is all lighting, your side, your front at 1200 lumens. So let's talk about the motion sensor, which I think it's a pretty cool feature. So basically, you turn on your light and then you hit the motion sensor just like that. And you can shut it off just by waving your hand. So if you're carrying something with you and you need a little bit light, you just go ahead and wave your hand right over that, and that motion sensor comes on. It's pretty cool. So, you know, you're moving around at night and you got your hands full carrying, you know, stuff in and out of the camper or the tent, or, you know, you get to camp late and you're setting stuff up or picking stuff to move it around. All you gotta do is wave your hands, and now you have a light. This light here, you don't have to worry about it, you know, sweat or water getting on it, because it's ABS and a silicone body. This right here is a IPX4 rating. It's, you know, for reliable outdoor use. So you can get this wet. Now, you can't dive into a lake with it, but this, you know, IPX4 is water resistance, which is pretty good. And everything here is sealed, so you don't have to worry about water dripping in and getting into the LED strip. Now, these lights come in different colors. They come in black, gray, red, yellow, and blue. I wish they made green, because we all know that green's my favorite color. And you can get them in the 1-pack, 2-pack, or multiple packs. I believe there's a 4-pack. Now, the 1-pack, you're going to pay $25 or $24.99 on their Amazon site. If you get a 2-pack, you're going to save 20%, and you're going to pay $39.99. And then if you want a 4-pack, you're going to save 25%, and you're going to be paying $74.99. You know, so 4-pack, you can give one to the spouse, one to the kids, your son's daughter. You can leave one in the tent, your glove compartment, your center console, or just around your, you know, where it's easily accessible for you to get. Like I said, it's great for working on stuff, and the light is not overbearing. The LED strip is a soft white light that doesn't backlight or shine, bounce off items where it's going to be bright, and that's on the low mode. Now, the high mode, if you're looking for an area, or you're in an area you want to light up, like I said, 210 degrees, the highlight on the strip is the way to go. And then, of course, like I said, you have the spotlight if you're looking for just a area that you want to spot on. But anyway, I just love this light, and I found more pros than cons on this light. Now, the thing with headlamps, they do get a little warm And so let's see how warm or how hot this thing's go while I talk to you. And I'll just leave it on and let it run in. Now, the pros and cons. The pros to this light, it's 1200 lumens, it's rechargeable, waterproof, lightweight, and it does have a motion sensor. The con, they only sent me one. I wish I had a couple more, but let's see how warm this thing's getting. It does get a little warm on the high mode. Of course, you know, it's 1200 lumens, and it's not to the point where it's super hot. But for me, if I'm at camp, I would probably run it on the medium or the lower mode, just because, you know, I don't want it be too bright unless I'm looking for something. But it does get a little warm. I do admit they do get warm, and you don't feel it on the backside because of this rubber piece. Now, is that a game changer? Also, if you like wearing hats, these things fit well on hats as well. So, you know, and then you can just take your hat off and it stays on. So that's pretty cool. So what are my overall thoughts on the Hokulite headlamp? I think it's great for the price and for what you're getting. I think it's a win-win situation. You don't have to spend $100 for a headlamp. Something like this is perfect for many of us. Like I said, unless you're climbing Mount Everest, you're doing the Baja 1000, or you're doing some special search and rescue ops. But this is also good to just keep in your backpack for a secondary light. So if you're interested in one of these lights from Hokulite, you can go to hokulite.com, or you can go to the Amazon store. I'll post both those links in the description below. And, you know, like I said, they're on sale. You can get 1, 2, or 4 pack. I think having a multiple light like this, like I said, one in the car and one in the cabin, would be perfect. So you got any questions, put them in the box below. I'll answer them the best I can. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. And, you know, until the next video, this is Ben and my Hokulite out.